For XRP here at the loss of this wedge. You know, the measure move would have put it down here somewhere, believe it or not. I mean, that's the width of the wedge. That's usually how these work, right? Got the news right at a perfect timing here, and shot this thing back up inside the wedge here. That's exactly what did it. We'll take a look here and see what for some price targets here in just a second. I do want to show you what came out here, because it was pretty big right at the right time. Isn't that crazy? Those of you that hold XRP, I'm sure you watch Blockchain Backer. He always talks about that, you know, about the news coming out. Exactly right at the right time to turn the market, right? Well, it definitely did. Look at Microsoft, up 8.23%. Google 7%, Apple 11.5%, Nvidia 13.5%, Amazon almost 8%. I mean, it's JP Morgan, MasterCard. You had some big ones here that popped pretty good. Walmart, 9.39. Just announced the U.S. stock market added 4.8 trillion after Trump raised China's tariff to 125%, effective immediately, with a 90-day pause, and lowered the 10% reciprocal tariff for other countries. Unbelievable, right? $4.8 trillion after he announced this. That is unreal. I mean, the Dow Jones and everything absolutely took off. Bitcoin is up just almost $6,000 on the day. It shot up immediately. I was in a Bitcoin short when this happened. It was rolling over. It had a massive wick here when it did. Oh, that's turbo. Look at this. I put this out to Discord. This thing runs up just to retracement levels. It's a huge trade. I mean, I'm not even joking on a 10x leverage up here. You're looking at 50, 60 extra money. That's insane, right? I know it's unbelievable, but go watch the turbo video. Pretty crazy. If you want to join the Discord, it's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. We have 175 members over there. It's only $15. That's to join our trading group. All right, give it a shot. You get 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start trading, and you get a link to the Discord over there to come trade with us. Right, just one simple little trade. You get your $15 back. We did that. 3 or 4 times, and then some easily in the last few days. Did 100% on Bitcoin over last night. Did a 80% yesterday. Had some nice trades yesterday, so come join us. We'd love to have you. We have this Bitcoin dominance about to roll over and crash, and this market is about ready to absolutely go crazy pretty soon. Look at Bitcoin, shot back up in here. And if you leverage trade, there's a link for weeks in the description of the video. Please go check them out, and I would appreciate it if you use the link in the description of the video. Great trading site. Use it every day. A lot of people in our Discord use weeks also. A lot of great sign-up stuff. So if you're interested, please go check it out. Got Bitcoin still below the 200 here. I want to see it regain that. But look at this wedge on the outside here, and look at that beautiful double bottom. Let's go to 4 hour real quick so I can show you that. Look at that double bottom. I always show people what these always, if you see a double bottom forming on a chart, all right, you get that double bottom and that starts up, it always comes back up to where it started, at least. All right, that's it. Bitcoin's working on a wave 3 right now. All right, on Elliott waves. Looking for it to break out this upper side. First target here probably what is it, 83.5 to 84.5. That's your 618 and 702 off this high over here. And then once if it gets up to these higher levels, that's where it's going to tell a lot. Up here 99. If it can get above 100, all right, things would be looking definitely to the upside. All right, if not, I still see our alt season coming. It would start during this, possible ABC here. But, this area here is going to tell it all. Yeah, if it gets up there, which it should. Okay, if it breaks through 100, 131 would be the next target up there. All right, so some big questions are going to be answered up in this zone here for sure. I mean, that's either the alt season, the bull run keeps running here, or we ABC, we get our alt season and it's over, right? So let's take a look here at XRP. All right, let me get this on here. I believe that's Bitcoin, right? No, that's XRP. I apologize. Wow, look at this. I mean, this wedge, all right, broke back up inside the wedge, right? A breakout the other side. You're looking at 357. That's a small. You take the full width of this thing, right? You take the full width of the wedge. I always try to be conservative when I'm measuring these out, right? All right. So let's say. You got your top up there, right? Now, there's your width, right? Bring it over. Where could this break out? Probably around, somewhere around here, right? You'd be looking, up around $4. Let's say $4, right? $4. Imagine if that would have broke to the downside. Right? Take this up here, put it on there, pull it down. Just imagine if it would have, right? And it did. That was the crazy part. Nobody just couldn't see it doing that. Really. Where would that have possibly put it? And it usually always does width of the wedge. In other words, 26 cents. Wouldn't that have been insane? I mean, I was here for the 16-cent XRP. I know all about that. Trust me, I've been here, been there, done that. I was here through all that stuff. I was here through when they filed the lawsuit against XRP. I was here for everything. Quite a while. Been here quite a while with XRP. 2020, about 5 years, something like that. So I've been through the 16.5 down. Where was that? Way back here. 58. What was that? I'm just curious. I'm gonna take a look and get up here. This was fun right here. But I mean, that's 2024. Okay, we're back. 2023. Oh yeah, this was back in the last bull run, huh? The 16.5 cents. There's 34, 30. July 2020. Yeah, it was down. Maybe down through here. Maybe here. There's 19, 18. Where did COVID hit? There's December 2020. Where was it back? When was COVID? Right here. Dropped way down here to 10 cents. Yeah, 10. It came down to right down here. I've been through all this stuff here, man. Boy, was this a lot of fun. That was so scary. It was unbelievable. I mean, I'll never forget that. And then the rebound back up, right? That was crazy. I didn't know much about charting then, really. It's just started. Look at that. Hit that 618 right on the head. Got rejected and rolled over. This came right up and perfectly nailed the 618. 2021 September. Here's where we were having July 2021. June, our alt season started somewhere right around in here. Yeah, right around in here. I remember all that. Crazy times back through there. Look at this run here. Wow. And what is this? Is this going to end up being a... I thought this was going to be a 4. I thought this... Elliott waves. When you take and do your Elliott waves on this thing, where I thought it was going to go like this. 1, 2, 3... I thought this 3 would have extended, a lot further, but this got very confusing. Now look at this pullback way down here. What do you do with the Elliott waves on this thing now? Is this all a big 1, 2 here, and then a 3 way, as this thing heads up to $10 or whatever, what is the target, or the wave count, you know what I mean? It's very difficult to get a wave count on this. A full extension from there would put you up to 858. Well, get a little bit higher actually, because this comes down. Let's get that out of here. I'm gonna take a look at something, full extension on this, a little bit deeper, right about there. Put you up about $9. $9, The first move out of this wedge, if it breaks out the top side around 4, it has to be, it has to be a 1, 2, like on a weekly here. On a weekly, it has to be something like this. Like this here, a 1, 2, and a 3. A 3 would be a 2, 6, 1, 8, right there. The fourth wave pullback, and then your 5 to the upside. Has to work out something like that, you would think, right? If this thing's gonna head up to $9, something like that. Of course, back in here, we were looking. I remember we were looking for that too, right? Got up to $1. I remember, $1.94. I remember buying more around $1.80, and stuff. I kind of took a beating on some of them, holding still some of that, expected a lot higher back here, You go off that low, we're expecting like 6 something here, but never got it, So stuck through all that, back into here. This thing even went up to $1.46. I think it went higher than that back in 2017. So kind of been a little dead, really, right? This is the first big move, as far as a really good push for XRP. Is really. So keep an eye on this thing. But anyway, in the meantime, all right, we got the weekly RSI just turning up, right down on the very bottom down here. We got the monthly trying to turn back to the upside. See it turning around down here in the bottom. Okay, that's a good sign. The daily, see where it's at. There we go. Heading up, just about halfway there. Heading up here. It's working on a 5 wave in here right now. And you can see right through, you have a resistance line right down through here that it looks like it's working on right now. Right there. Going on a 12. See where we're at. 12 hours still heading up. Looks good. It's only about halfway on this. The regular RSI, the stochastic, it's about I'd say about halfway. I guess the 8 hour still got room on it here. This thing it's making a pretty decent move. And on the 4 hour, I apologize there, low battery warning, but yeah. So keep an eye on this thing. Definitely got 5 waves up coming here. Right in here, you got 1, 2, 3. It's working on 3, 4, and a 5. All right. So I would watch this thing. It's going to head up over $2. It looks like, maybe 2.5. And then we'll be watching this for a break out the top. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe. Sign up for that level 3 membership, please. We'd love to have you in Discord. And check out Weeks in the description of the video. Great site to trade with. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.